Are you guys ready to discuss the big news out of the NBA, which is the NBA trade deadline?
Yes, sir.
Before we start, I decided to bring in a new segment for this beautiful NBA trade deadline moment. It lived up to the hype. Monumental trades were made. So as our acronym you all right? Our acronym is PACT, PACT trying. We're gonna do two things for the NBA trade deadline. We're gonna pick a crappy team that did well during the NBA or did bad during the NBA trade deadline. I want to pick a convincing team that did something well or bad during the NBA trade deadline. PACT, pick a crappy team or pick a convincing team. Crappy, bad, convincing, good. Who would like to start it off?
Crappy. I think I have two teams that I think did very terrible.
Talk to us.
Number one being the Orlando Magic. You start off the season 6-0, I believe. Your PG, one of your star players gets hurt. Why not go out and grab a veteran player so that you can keep everything afloat? Because you have a good key group of guys, I think, to be able to compete at least to get to the playoffs. But you trade your two best players, and you're probably going to end up, letting some guys go during the summer. And now it's just like you did all that for what? Number two, the Boston Celtics. I just don't see why they needed my man
Evan Fournier.
Fournier.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't see the fit. I don't think it's a good fit at all. I think it's just a waste. Like, it just literally doesn't make sense. I think the Hawks should have really been trying to press for him more so than the Celtics, but it is what it is. And just Rondo going to the Clippers, I don't like it. It's not gonna do them no good, honestly. Like, I don't understand why. He's trash, washed, done.
Wow, those are powerful words because I do not agree.
I disagree with everything he just said.
You say you disagree or agree?
Disagree with everything he just
So
said.
take it away, Carter. Pick a crappy team that did bad at the trade deadline, and pick a convincing team that did well during the trade deadline.
You said a crappy team that did well.
Crappy team that did bad, convincing team that did good.
So crappy team. I'm gonna have to say the Wizards. The Wizards didn't gain anything. Like, they got Daniel Gafford, he was a good pick. He young though, and I don't know if he'll answer their big man problem, and I don't know if he helps them get into the playoffs, which should be their goal since they have Russ and Bradley Beal. And then you said a creative team,
Convincing.
convincing team, convincing team. I have to say I like what the Hawks did. I like what the Heat did. Hawks need bench scoring. Lou Will gives them that. He added another wing player that can, if he gets in his mode or get back to who he was, he can carry a team if he needs to. And my last spot, I like Evan Fournier for the Celtics because I feel like they need another guard that can score, and that'll help take pressure off of Kimba. And it allows you to move Jaylen Brown to the 3 and play Tatum at the 4. And you kind of switch it up. Or you could go small ball for real and have Tatum at the 5, Brown at the 4, Marcus Smart, Fournier, and Kimba. So it just gives them a lot of, I think, versatility. Do I think they need a big man? Yes. Do I think they're going to make a run for Drummond? Yes. But I ultimately think, they're making decent moves for what they got going on.
Got you. And just for clarification, crappy team doesn't mean by record. Just crappy team is a team that didn't do well at the trade deadline or should have done more. And convincing team is a team that won the trade deadline or did really well during the trade deadline.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with the Clippers getting Rondo.
Oh, just clarification. Johnny Mars, are you gonna talk to us, man? Pick a crappy team that did bad at the trade deadline and pick a convincing team that did good, man.
I know the crappy teams with crappy records did bad. Like the Rockets, I'm not quite sure what it is that they believe in. Is it Kevin Porter? Is it Daniel House? Jay Sean Tate. Is it John Wall? I mean, John Wall now is in a turbulent situation. Like he could not have foresaw this happening. So I feel bad for him, and I thought the Rockets did pretty bad at like not help. Like it's just like no like knowledge for the fan base. Like the fans don't know what they're doing. Players on the team don't know what they're doing. To me, there's just no chemistry in that organization anywhere, and I don't think that makes for a great franchise. And it's gonna take a while for they actually get back to being relevant as far as championship contenders go. So it's unfortunate. I thought they did the worst because that's franchise has been terrible all year. And I don't know if it's something about Houston and the owners if they like linking up and just saying, hey, let's do what we can to make everybody in Houston that loves us mad and angry. But that's what it seems like. Convincing team obviously is the Bulls. Like, come on, you go and get another All-Star, and it's love to Zach. Like Zach is balling his heart out, career high numbers and typical like in every category that's necessary to win games. And you look around him, there's no consistency from anybody else on his team. And you got players on the team making outlandish comments like, yeah, nobody really cared in warm-ups to the Cavs. Yeah, we was just really out there practicing. Like what? Like, come on, bro. You got an all-star. Zach seeing his teammates not even going 100%, and then you lose to the Cavs, who didn't have Colin Sexton. So it's like you got to get those people out of there. As far as AK goes and Mark Eversley, our GM, like they really did what they had to do. They got those players who said those comments out of there, and they're rebuilding the chemistry. You get an all-star to help Zach. You saying, Zach, we're buying into you, and we know what you can do. We're going to get you help. And you're telling the fan base, hey, y'all, we believe we can go to the playoffs, and this is what we're doing to show you. And I thought even just going to get Daniel Theis was also another great acquisition. So I'm in it for the Bulls. I think they're convincing me. And a lot of people say, oh, they're going to get bounced in the first round. Like, we don't care about that. Like, the Bulls, we just want to go to the playoffs. We don't care about if we lose in the first round. We just want to say we went. And I think this is the year for us to go and at least win a couple of games in the first round with 2 All-Stars. So we'll see how.
I think y'all can get out the first round? I think y'all can get out the first round if y'all get a good matchup.
I mean, it's looking like it's going to be Philly or Boston. I mean, you're right, though, because honestly, B, like, the Eastern Conference is so close. We're only like 3 games out of the 4th seed. Like, we have 23 losses, and the 4th seed has 22 losses. So actually, it's not even 4 games. Yeah, you're right.
It could change.
Yeah.
It could change like that.
We got 2 All-Stars now, so it's like we can really, I don't know, that puts us in a different light of contenders. So
you got a premier, big, probably one of the best centers in the game. You can make an argument he's top 5. I think he's top 3, but you can make an argument that he's top 5.
Vucevic?
And then you got Levine.
He's not top 3.
We know
Embiid, Jokic, and Gobert have him off the beat, but he could be top 5.
Oh, I think he's better than Gobert. That's
Lord have mercy. All right, we're not turning this into a Gobert.
Can't do that, bro. I ain't gonna cap. Gobert, he's been balling, bro. He the reason why they like fought. The man had 9 blocks. Like he the reason why they fought, bro.
That's cool, but
Jalen and Cut are like Shaq, man. They don't respect bigs. So the bigs that don't have an offensive game.
I'm watching them play, bro. Gobert is crazy.
I like Vucevic. Vucevic is better. Stretch 4, can rebound the ball, shoot the ball, do everything he needs to do. Can defend well. Not as good as Gobert, but like
he's a great shooter. That's what I like. 40% from the 3 this year, averaging 6 3-pointers a game.
He plays similar to Nikola. He plays just like Nikola. He just don't pass as good.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. And he was on a bad team. So nobody was really noticing him.
And Nikola took the work and like he tried to slim down and actually become like a guard. Vucevic, like he's still stocky.
It's hard to be skinny and be that big.
I know.
Exactly.
He put the work in, that boy.
Jace, are you ready?
Yeah, man. Since I was at work, I didn't get to see a lot of the trades, but I seen that the Wizards and the Rockets didn't really do much, which I feel those 2 teams needed the most help out of the whole entire NBA. So, I feel like they're the losers of this trade deadline. The winner, I gotta go with John in this one, man. Just putting help around Zach LaVine is just a W to me because I think they're sitting at 10 right now with Indiana above them at 9, then Boston at 8, and the Hawks at 7. Adding Vucevic, another all-star that can stretch the floor. I think the only person in the starting lineup that probably has the worst shooting talent would be like Thaddeus Young or something. I don't even know if does Thaddeus Young start.
I think getting Vucevic, because they play similar in that playmaking big role, that they're going to move that back to the bench. They tried to move Long, but nobody wanted him. So
I mean, getting Vucevic and having them stretch at that position now, that creates a lot of opportunity for the Bulls. So I want to say I say they're the winner of this trade deadline. I see them moving up at least to 8 or 7, at least.
Yep.
Indiana can definitely make a move though. Because Karis LeVert is back, and let them get a few big games in. But their boys will be in 8, 7. So
got you, and of course can't forget about the play-in tournament. If you're for 9 and 10, you have a shot to be the 8th seed in the playoffs. So play-in tournament open things up for the 9th and 10th spot. Before I'll go, my crappy team. Got to be the Toronto Raptors, man. Even though they kept Kyle Lowry, just the reports of them trying to trade the greatest Raptor of all time was nasty to me. And they also lost Norman Powell. He started for them this season. He was my prediction to be their 6th man of the year. Just losing him and acquiring Gary Trent, you acquire more shooting. But I don't know what's going on in Toronto. There's reported beef between Siakam and Nick Nurse, where Siakam cursed out Nick Nurse, and it wasn't just a simple like "F you." It was like they said it through the reports. They're saying like it was like personal. It was getting personal between the two. So I don't know what's going on with them. Maybe they need to go back to Toronto because the Tampa life is just too much for them. But my convincing team, I have 2. I have 3 actually. Number 1, the Miami Heat. They added Ben Jelinka from the Kings. Also acquired Victor Oladipo without giving up Duncan Robinson and Tyler Euro. So they have shooting, and they still have their core with Jimmy and Bam. So that was a plus for them. Another convincing team was, not of course, but the New Orleans Pelicans. They kept Lonzo Ball. I did not want them to trade Lonzo Ball. Them keeping Lonzo Ball was just a huge bonus, in my opinion, and that was greatly needed. And last but not least, not the winner, but a team that did well was the Clippers, man. Trading Lou for Rajon Rondo, it was huge to me. Kawhi all season long, and then the offseason said he needed a point guard. Rajon Rondo is one of the best pure point guards in NBA history. And come postseason time, you all know that playoff Rondo is real. So I think the Clippers are going to be nice, man. I know that losing Lou will hurt, but I seen they have some nice bench play. Terrence Mann is coming along nice, strong as well. And it's just if Kawhi and PG could just carry the load and not disappear come postseason time with an addition of a true point guard like Rajon Rondo, I think the Clippers can make some noise and finally make it to the conference finals. And that is all. PACT segment. Came up with that today. Boom. How you like me now?